Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Little for PokerCoaching.com. Here today going over a hand from Poker After Dark. This is a high stakes game that they play at the PokerGO studio in Las Vegas. If you ever have a chance to go check it out, make sure you do. It is an amazing place with lots and lots of high stakes poker action. We are playing a 25-50 no limit hold'em game, pretty deep stacked. This hand's going to be taking place between Chris Johnson and Alex Ding. Chris Johnson's a good, strong, I think generally tight aggressive GTO type player. And Alex Ding is also good, strong player. He gets in there and battles, though. So we have the tight aggressive player against the loose aggressive player in this hand. Chris raises it up to 150 bucks. Under the gun, five-handed, which is just the hijack seat. Falls around to Alex, who three bets the Jack 10 of hearts, which is fine. You could also call. I just usually err towards calling in this spot against the player who I think is probably going to be playing pretty strong ranges from the hijack seat. And you really don't want to get 4-bet in this scenario, but even if you do get 4-bet, you can call and see the flop. So it's not the end of the world. Calling or 3-betting is certainly reasonable in this spot. Chris opts to call. Flop comes. Queen of hearts, 7 of clubs, 5 of hearts. Chris checks, and Alex goes for a bet. I just realized, I'm actually at this table. If you want to watch me play on Poker After Dark, head over to PokerGO, and then search for this episode. It's called The Fantastic Five. Ooh, how fancy. All right, in this hand, Chris checks. Alex goes for a smallish, mediumish continuation bet, which I think is perfectly fine, perfectly standard, perfectly viable. And he gets called. Turn is the 9 of spades. Chris checks. And now Alex has the jack high. But it's pretty much the nut jack high. He has the flush draw to go along with it. Sometimes the jack and the 10 is good whenever Chris has a hand like 8-7 suited or pocket sixes. So he is in great shape right here. You should just be bluffing, right? I mean, we have a very, very premium draw. If we bet this and get raised, we can also easily continue. Now, the only downside is if we bet on the bigger side, like notice how the pot's 2,100. If you bet something like 1,500, sometimes Chris is going to shove it all in and make you fold. And that would be terrible. So I think if you are going to bet here, you want to be betting on the smaller side, like 700. Because if you bet 700, yeah, you're going to get called a lot, but you're going to be able to bluff on the river whenever you feel inclined. And also, if you get check raised to 2,000, you can then very comfortably call. You have to be very careful in spots where you have a premium draw like this, that you don't bet in a manner that sometimes results in you having to fold it. Because if you did bet 1,500 here and you get shoved on, you can't call 6,000 to try to win. Well, how much would the pot be? 6 to win 16, right? So you need to win whatever it is. My brain doesn't work when we try to do math on the fly. You all know that. You need to win 30, 35% of the time, and you just won't. It's like you'll win 30-ish% of the time. So pretty nasty spot if you get check raised if you bet 1,500. Chris checks. Alex does go 1,800, so opens the door for Chris to smash him. But he doesn't. He just calls. Will he get there? He does not. Chris checks the river. River is the ace. 9, 7, 5. Not 9, 7. Queen, 7, 5, 9, ace. What do you do now with this Jack 10? We have Jack high on the river, facing a tight aggressive player. He may not have very many ace-X. He probably folds a lot of them before the river besides like ace-queen and ace-7 suited and ace-5 suited. So knowing that, what do you do in this scenario if you are Alex Ding? Do you check it and give up? Or do you bluff? And if you bluff, how much do you bluff? Do you bet small, like 2,000? Or do you jam it in? Pause the video and write what you would do in the comment section below. All right, this is a spot where I think this is just the easiest all-in the world. It is so easy for Chris to have a queen or an underpair that is going to at least consider folding. Now, I'm sure Chris knows that Alex is in there battling. So given Alex is in there battling, maybe he finds calls with hands like Queen 10 suited even, which is not a particularly good card. The 10's not a particularly good card to have because he blocks some draws that Alex could have, but Chris may still just find a call. And I think he probably should. Whenever you think your opponent is over bluffing, as it seemed to me like Alex was doing, he was playing a lot of hands at this table. All of these memories are coming back to me. This is a spot where you just can't fold much of anything. So interestingly enough, if Chris can't fold much of anything on the river, should Alex bluff? Well, if you know your opponent's going to overcall, you in turn should overbluff. But very rarely do you know that. And if I was trying to make someone fold at this table, I think Chris is a reasonable person to try to bluff against because if you do give him a hand like pocket 10s here, or pocket 6s, or 8-7 suited, it's a pretty bad spot for him. Chris checks, Alex rips it in, and does it work? No. What does Chris call with? Does he have a good hand or a bad hand? In this scenario, by the way, if you get called by a hand like ace-queen, just chalk it up to a cooler, don't worry about it. But if imagine Chris called with, I don't know, 6-5 suited, then the bluff's not looking so good, is it? Let's see what he has. Pocket 9s. Bluff looks fine. So let's go back now and watch my analysis that I gave in the PokerGO studio in my strategy segment.
Before the break, Alex Ding attempted a heroic bluff, but Chris Johnson was there with a set to pick him off. Let's get more now from Jonathan Little.
Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan Little of PokerCoaching.com, and let's analyze this interesting spot. When you flop a draw, as Alex does in this scenario, betting the flop is definitely the right play. When he turns an even better draw, he should also continue bluffing. And when the river brings a scary overcard, the ace, he has to bluff again. This is a play that's often going to get Chris to fold out the vast majority of his hands weaker than an ace, which should be most of the hands he could have. However, in this scenario, he turned a set of 9s, and he was not going to fold at all. Just because a bluff fails, though, as it did this time for Alex, it doesn't necessarily mean it is bad, because in this scenario, he's probably going to end up winning the pot a large portion of the time. How would you like to play with me on Poker After Dark? Well, now is your chance. I'm giving away one $5,000 buy-in seat to play with me next season. Head over to PokerCoaching.com/PokerAfterDark to enter the giveaway.
All right, I hope you enjoyed this fun hand from Poker After Dark. If you did, click like, click subscribe. Also, let the people know on Twitter @PokerGO that you enjoy the content that they produce. They go through immense efforts to make high-level, educational, enlightening, fun poker content for you at PokerGO, so make sure you let them know you appreciate it. When people put in a lot of work, when people put a lot of work into something, they appreciate it. All right, that's going to be it for today. Have a great, great day. If you enjoy this, show me you enjoy this by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. Ding, 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 and the notification bell. Have a great day. Good luck in your games, and I will talk to you next time. How do you like free stuff? Yeah? Well, good, because I have a free membership to my site, PokerCoaching.com, for you. Click. Get out of the way, hat. Click right up there to get it. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.